Doug Plagens here with the head coach of the Gladiators, Steve Thonn, and Coach, training camp getting into full force. I know first and foremost, you, like all the players, just have to be chomping at the bit to get things going here.
It was absolutely great to get back out here. We've actually been off, I think, 7 months now. So just to get back out on the field, start playing football. You do so much in the off season, just with personnel and administrative stuff. It's great to get back on the field and start coaching.
And now a question about the last play from last season. I know I talked to Dominic Goodman about this as well, but to win that game against Chicago by 6 points on a last-second Hail Mary on the final play of the game, that had to be something that helped the season end on a high note and give you some motivation and something to think about over the course of the offseason.
Exactly. And just the way the second half of the season went, just with all the problems we had with the union and everything else that went on, it was a tough way to go after we started off so well. So to end the season that way and finish on a high, you always want to finish on a high note, no matter if you make the playoffs or not. So it's just a great way to end the season. Not only end it, but to have a catch off the net, which you haven't done all year, it was just a great way to kind of go in the offseason.
Now, in talking about his game, Dominic Goodman, obviously a key player to the attack and a key guy to have back. What's he, what's he been able to impress you with most here as he's gotten on the field in the early part of camp, and what did he spend his offseason working on?
Right, Goody's Goody. I mean, He's got the best hands in the league, I think. He runs great routes. And we've said it, the last 2 years, he's been our most dependable receiver. He's been kind of John's go-to guy when we needed something. So it's great to have him back. He's always in shape. He's out here after practice working hard. He's probably the last receiver, I think, to leave today. So that's just the type of guy he is. What we need this year is we got to find a couple more guys to go with him. We almost don't want to depend on him that much all the time. So we need to find a few guys, and I think we have it. We have some guys that have some great speed, some taller guys this year too at receiver. So hopefully we can find those two guys that can go with Goody this year and make a big impact for us.
You talk about a position battle at receiver, and that's never a bad thing to have, a little bit of competition. What are some other position battles here in camp?
Well, I think the biggest thing is quarterback. We have two new quarterbacks. They both have arena experience. One's more of a veteran arena guy. The other guy has been only in the league for 1 year. So I think it's going to be a great competition. They're both very smart quarterbacks. You can tell that from day one. So that's going to be a great thing. I think on defense, we lost a lot of our defensive backs from last year. And the one thing we were was a physical team. We've been that way the last couple of years. So we stressed to these guys today that, hey, we have to keep being physical, especially at home, and keep creating turnovers. So those are two areas that we have to get better at one and stay good at the other.
Now, some key players return. We mentioned Dominic Goodman. You got guys like Derek Steiner coming back in the fold, Thonn Lewis, another receiver coming back. How nice is it to have those guys who've been here before, who know what it's like when the queue's jumping on a Friday or a Saturday night? Right. How nice is it to have those guys coming back?
It's always great to have a core of guys back. You want that core group of guys that know me, I know them. They're good players. We can build around them, and we think we have that with the 8 or 9 guys we have coming back. We're also excited about we probably have about 10 or 11 arena football guys that played for other teams that we played against last year. So it's good to have those guys in the fold. And then we got about 17 or 18 new guys that we think have a lot of talent. So we think we have a good mix of guys coming into camp this year.
Now, off the field, off the football end of things, what'd you do in the offseason?
At first we kind of relaxed just a little bit. When you have 18 games, it gets to be a long season. And the league kind of shuts down for about a month. We can't talk to players or anything. So at first we just kind of relaxed. Then we started putting together a team again. So in the next 3 months we were pretty busy trying to find guys. There's so many NFL cuts. About 800 guys get cut every September. So we looked through a lot of those guys. And then also my son played his last year of college football. So it was kind of fun just tailgating and watching him play all fall.
Gladiators head coach Steve Thonn spending time over the offseason, getting the team ready to go, and now they are ready to go as training camp is underway, folks. Gladiators head coach Steve Thonn, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thanks.